Clare Crawley and Dale Moss have reunited in Florida. Is this a sign for a reconciliation? Hello, everyone. Welcome to another shared news from home. We continue to follow the Claire and Dale relationship storyline. We'll discuss all the details and break it down for you guys. But before we dive in, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. I'm Hiba Berry, joined today by Gabby Gonta. All right, Gabby, we are back. We're going to discuss another development, of course, in the Claire and Dale saga. Now, Reality Steve tweeted new pictures of Claire and Dale in Venice, Florida on February 16th. The two were dressed casually, looks like they were out for a walk, and another thing to note, they were not wearing masks. So, before we go even deeper, Gabby, what was your initial reaction when you saw those photos surface online?
I was so shocked. This is not at all what I was expecting from these two, especially, not even weeks away from them announcing their breakup. So I thought it was going to be a lot more time before we saw something like this happen. And I don't know, it raises a lot of questions about where they're at, what was the truth in their statements, and how are they feeling now. It's a lot, but we've definitely been following their story. And if there's a reconciliation or people getting to back together, on the horizon, I wouldn't mind it. I really wouldn't. What did you think?
For me, this was the last thing I expected. I mean, we just recently discussed Claire unfollowing Dale on Instagram, which in my mind, I always think, from like a millennial standpoint, dating in social media is kind of like the kiss of death when you unfollow your ex partner. It's the end of the relationship. So I was pretty blindsided by these photos, honestly. And I would have been less surprised if we saw Dale just with another woman. But Claire, again, it just really took me aback. And again, I thought she had moved on or was ready to move on. But to be completely honest, I did not see this coming. Now, looking into their meetup a little closely, you can see in the video while they are crossing the street, they seem to be in good spirits. Both are even seen smiling. Let's take a look at the video.
No big deal. They're together.
Now, Gabby, obviously we weren't there, but it's always fun to theorize here on this channel. So, do you have any ideas of why Dale and Claire reunited?
I don't know. That's tough. It seems like they just wanted to go to the beach or go on a walk together, maybe talk things out. But what I'm confused about is why they're doing it so in public because obviously people are going to be watching their every move. And if they're out on the streets together, people are going to be taking pictures. And I feel like if they didn't want people to know about this, they could have just, he could have they could have met up somewhere. One person could have drove to the other person's place, like got out middle of the night or something, masks, like face covered, whatever, and then just had a conversation over dinner or something like indoors if they were just going to talk things over. But this seems like a date or something they didn't mind, walking out in, on the streets and having people see them. I mean, we're in a pandemic. First of all, they should be wearing masks, but that's another way to like hide who you are. Masks, sunglasses, like the hoodie, what celebrities normally
True.
do on a daily basis. So I'm very surprised that they were just walking around like this, but maybe they just wanted to catch up and have a normal day. That's the only thing I could think of.
No, definitely a good point with, they should have been wearing masks, but it seems like they maybe didn't want to wear the masks because they wanted people to see that they were together and hanging out again. Honestly, so many twists and turns with this story, but in my mind, and again, this could be completely wrong, this is just a theory, but I'm assuming since the breakup happened via text and social media, so because of that, they maybe never got to see one another face to face, to finally get that relationship ending closure that we typically want. So I'm going to take a stab at it and say that this was a way for them to, again, just mutually come together face to face, end a relationship once and for all. And of course, I'm sure they still care about one another, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not going to blow these pictures out of proportion and speculate they're getting back together as if nothing happened. But again, I simply think they wanted to meet in person to finally maybe move on once and for all. Again, just a theory, but it seems like maybe it's kind of heading in that direction. But to also recap, Claire unfollowed Dale on Instagram earlier this month, and Dale still follows Claire. So this begs the question, who do you think initiated this meetup? As you guys can see in one of the photos, if you look very closely, Dale and Claire are actually holding hands. So maybe this just throws my whole theory out the window that they're maybe gonna get back together because 'cause they're holding hands. So, Gabby, what did you think about that?
Very, very interesting. I think that I would have thought that Claire would have initiated the meetup because she was the one who seemed still in love, not ready to break up, not ready to come out with a statement about breaking up. Whereas Dale was very quick to jump on it, had posted before her and everything, and seemed like he was the one a little bit more scared in the relationship, didn't want to move at the pace that she was moving. So I would think that she would want to see him again and reconcile things. I think even in an interview with the source that was confirming Claire's side was saying, she of course wouldn't mind pursuing things with him again in the future. So I would think it's her, but then the whole Instagram thing, so maybe Dale like feels bad or is still interested in her life or a future with her as well. So he initiated it. I'm not sure. It really could go either way, but I'm gonna say Dale. What do you think?
Oh, this is so tough because obviously we're not in the relationship, so we just have to kind of see through social media and how they interact on there and like paparazzi pictures or fan sightings and stuff like that. So it's really hard to form some sort of concept or, direction of who might have initiated this. But I'm going to lean a little bit more towards the Claire side because I feel like watching her on the show, Bachelorette, of course, her season, she seemed so strong headed and just loves love, the idea of love. So I think before it officially ended, she maybe wanted to give it one more try just to see if anything could be kind of salvaged from this relationship, I feel like. So again, good on her. She loves love. She flew all the way down to Florida to see if there was anything left, if at all, with Dale. So I'm leaning a little bit more towards Claire. But now you guys also may be wondering what the heck are those two doing in Florida out of all places? We know Claire is Northern California based and Dale is New York based. Well, according to Us Weekly, Dale likes to visit Florida, specifically Sarasota, Florida, for a quick reset, here and there. Now, we don't know if Claire thought this trip through or if it was more of a spontaneous decision because she did, again, fly across the entire country to see him. So, with that being said, theories aside, do you see signs of them potentially reconciling, Gabby?
I'm not sure. I'm not opposed to it. I think when you're in a relationship that lasts several months, and probably especially one where you go through The Bachelor, which is such a crazy process, I think you get really attached to that person, especially when you start making plans for the future, whether those plans come true or, you have to deal with some hurdles in your relationship. They spend a lot of time together, getting to know each other. And I think even, living together for short periods of time, meeting family and all of that. So I don't think that is ever a chain that's easily broken off. So for that reason, I'm not surprised that they're working together. A lot of couples who spend a lot of time together get back together or they're still friends because it's hard to just completely break off that relationship. And Dale has been really vulnerable on his Instagram lately and just showing us that, he's going through tough times too. And that he, was really a part of that relationship and wanted it to work out and has a lot of love for Claire. So for that reason, I think there is definitely a possibility they can get together.
For sure, and it's good to kind of see how he's reacting on social media because, again, people, I guess, grieve in different ways when it comes to the end of a relationship. So it is interesting that he's still kind of wearing his heart on his sleeve and kind of reflecting on what his relationship with Claire taught him. But on my end, I'm gonna try to still look at the evidence. And of course, we discussed Claire unfollowed Dale. Dale still follows Claire, but they both still have pictures of each other up on their feeds on Instagram. So I think it kind of I'm gonna stick to the closure side of this. I don't think we always wanna jump to reconciliation because we want these relationships to work out so much, The Bachelor, Bachelorette kind of progress of dating is so out there, it's so out of the box. So we really want it to work, especially because us as the audience, we've seen it from step one and we've seen it grow and flourish. So I really hope, it is a reconciliation, but is that the reality? Is that, something that is more likely to happen? I don't know. But again, it doesn't mean that it won't. We can go honestly in so many circles and down multiple rabbit holes with these developments. But don't worry, here at Shared News, we have you covered on any twist and turn this relationship will take. All right, you guys, that's all we have to share with you for now. As always, we want to know your thoughts, so tell us down in the comments below what you think of Claire and Dale's reunion. Is this a sign of a reconciliation? Why or why not? Also, don't forget to follow us on all our socials. Please subscribe and ring the bell because we'll be back with more news updates and reactions. I'm Hibba Berry, joined today by Gabby Gonta, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.